TEW 2016, The Branding Solution, and we are here on Monday Night Raw, and on the main event tonight we are having Bray Wyatt's rematch for his World Heavyweight title against Kevin Owens. As well as continuing on our Intercontinental Tournament, see who will face either The Miz or Dolph Ziggler at the upcoming pay-per-views. So, without any further ado, we're going to go into the pre-show, and we've got a few experiments in the pre-show. We have Biff Busick and the Enemy State picking up a victory, and I'm happy that they're all above 50 now. The Enemy State have come onto the main show and actually improved a lot from when we first got them. This was just thrown together. Let's just give Angelo Dawkins a match. I want to keep him happy. Doesn't get used much. And here we have the Shining Stars facing the two Spot Monkeys from my academies. And it didn't work as well. I was hoping there might be a little bit of spark there. Roderick Strong and Brad Pierce. Great match between those two. Roderick's up to an 82 performance. And Brad Pierce, that's actually really good to see. I'm happy that Roderick is improving. Now here's the experiment. I heard someone say that what you do is you just make loads of pre-show matches where you just put random people together to see if you've got the random tag team. So I thought I'd give it a go. And in the end, I didn't even pick the winner, but the winner was Swagger and Apollo Crews. And R-Truth took the pin. Okay, that's fair enough. R-Truth is the weak link. So his 3-month contract probably is not going to get renewed. I tried giving him a little bit of a reprieve, one last chance, but he's just getting worse. Everyone else, okay, Rowan's a bit weak, but I've barely used the guy. They're all around the 60s. Swagger is nearly on the 70s, so that's good. So that's a solid enough match. We have another one a bit later. I just put Randy Orton in a match to squash somebody, and he's improving, which is good to see. And we gave Kofi one just to give Kofi a win. 2 little squash matches with big names. And then we have another one of these where we mix up the teams a bit more. We had Jay Lethal and Pete Dunne, Alex Peck and Rich Swann, JT and Shane Strickland. And nobody really that special here. Leo Rush and Vincent. Can't pronounce his last name. But still, it hasn't really worked as well as we'd hoped, but we got solid matches, and everyone gets a little rub off a solid match, right? We jump into the main show where Triple H, after announcing next week that at Backlash, Big E and Dean Ambrose will face Finn Balor and Seth Rollins with the winning team. So if Big E and Dean Ambrose win, they are in the Money in the Bank ladder match. If Finn Balor and Seth win, Finn is in the Money in the Bank, but not Seth Rollins. He announces that for the next couple of weeks, starting tonight, next week we're going to have Big E versus Seth Rollins, but tonight Finn Balor is going to face Dean Ambrose. Let's see who has the momentum on their side. If Finn or Seth try to get involved, they will end up facing the other two in a handicap match in that pay-per-view. So yeah. Or they may end up as punishment, basically, that I haven't quite figured out if it would be a punishment of a 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 or a 2-on-1. But we'll see how everything unfolds. The opening match of the night is Finn Balor defeating Dean Ambrose with the coup de grace when Big E accidentally hit Dean Ambrose. Now the key word here was that Finn Balor and Seth Rollins could interfere in each other's matches, but the other two, anybody could help Ambrose or Big E. That is a quality match. Finn Balor is improving on popularity. Dean's actually the inconsistent one here, so I'm happy. Bad booking decision was probably trying to keep Dean strong to keep him happy about losing. But it's a good opening match. It could well be the match of the night because of Bray's injury. I'm worried about his match. I had to get the match in quickly so I could move on, because I can't risk having an injured Bray Wyatt every week. Now, we're going to continue to use Chris Jericho in these sort of interviewee type segments. We've got him for a couple more months, or about a month now. So on Raw, we're going to use him to interview each different segment. So like a lot of the highlight reels. I've renewed the contract. I may just do this with him and have like the odd blow-off match. Otherwise, nothing. He has Jinder Mahal, the TV champion, and the challengers for the next match, the 5-way. I always forgot who's in it. It's Bo Dallas. He was never going to win. Alex Riley picked up the win. Yeah, I've gone with Alex Riley. I don't want to give it to Darren Young because he's kind of on the decline, and I would like it to be a face that wins. Curtis is doing well, but I kind of dropped his push, so I'm going to give Alex Riley the chance to face Jinder at Backlash. Triple H then has an interview. Basically, instead of having the Money in the Bank ladder matches at Money in the Bank, we're going to have them on the Raws before the Raw. There'll be one for SmackDown, there will be one for Shockwave before the Money in the Bank, but they're not eligible to cash them in until after Money in the Bank. I just don't want to bury the card with 6 ladder matches. I'm going to definitely have a Raw, Shockwave and SmackDown one, but the tag team one for Raw is going to include Jimmy Uso, Usos, American Alpha, Enemy State, and DIY. It's a good segment. They all get to say a little bit about themselves. You can't have 9 people, so you have to do it this way. Yeah, so yeah, that match has been booked in. And this is an Intercontinental match. Lance Rush defeated Ty Dillinger. Yeah, simple. Give Lance Rush a little run in this. And afterwards, Carlito comes out and attacks Ty Dillinger and just bites into his apple and spits at him. So we're going to bring back this arrogant apple-spitting character in Carlito. I'll probably forget in a couple of weeks, but hey, let's start with a little rivalry. As I feel, post-Mania you can do a lot of little rivalries just over a couple of months, and Raw's going to start dividing up once I get to Money in the Bank, because I feel I've got Backlash set up perfectly, and Backlash is only 2 weeks away from before Money in the Bank, so after Money in the Bank we can start feeding off all these side storylines, a bit like what we have on the other shows. Again, we now have Chris Jericho doing a segment with the Bucks and Certified G's, hyping up their tag team match at Backlash, the rematch. And it's a great 86 segment. It's great to see Jericho rubbing off on these big names, or this up-and-comers. We have a match where Nick Jackson, beats Enzo in a 7-minute match. And gets a 78. Wow. Enzo is inconsistent. That's the only negative. That is impressive. I wasn't expecting that. We then have Roman Reigns coming out. Talk about how he beat Brock Lesnar, who then storms to the ring. And Randy Orton there, just boasting about his upcoming title match. It's going to be Roman versus Randy, and Brock Lesnar is not in the picture yet. So where does Brock Lesnar lie with this storyline going on between the bigger names, or the other two? Brock probably still is the most over, so we'll see. I'm really tempted to put Brock Lesnar against a lower card guy to give them a shock win, but I know he'll probably kill me, or he'll actually come out of the laptop and probably try and kill me, so I don't know if that will work. Another really impressive match, like 77, and the performances are 68 and 64. Luke Harper beat John Morrison in another Intercontinental qualifier match. So Luke Harper, the Monster, is still continuing his little run in this tournament. And we have a contract assignment now to make it official between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. The winner of this match will become the Intercontinental Champion. And the winner of this match, if The Miz wins, he will keep his title and go into the Money in the Bank ladder match. If Ziggler wins, he becomes Intercontinental Champion. And The Miz is not in the Money in the Bank. So we're throwing all the pieces together nicely here. This is their last chance to meet. Winner goes to Money in the Bank. So I think we're just getting quality segments out of The Miz. He's getting a 90, he's getting 88 matches. He's like suddenly one of the most popular guys on my roster. I don't know where it's come from. And I brought the crowd down with this match. Dalton Castle defeated Tyler Bate quickly. This isn't a Continental qualifying match, so yeah, always put a nice little match near the end just to calm the crowd. We then get a video package. Sorry, I'm a bit tired today. We're showing Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt about what happened in that title match last week. Not last week, at the pay-per-view. And how Kevin Owens defeated Bray Wyatt after he got attacked. And their match gets a 82. I'm happy with that. I was worried. See, Bray Wyatt gets slowed down by his injury somewhat. It's really difficult to want to risk him in matches. When he's that good on the mic, I can just get away without using him that often. So I feel we have a good chance. Keeping Bray popular, having the odd match, as you can see. Poor chemistry motivation. Short match tonight, inconsistent. Stamina and worked injured. So he's out for a year with this injury. Or he's going to have to work through this injury for a year. We saw Daniel Bryan try and distract Kevin Owens, but Triple H attacked Bray Wyatt. So we are going to go Triple H, Bray Wyatt. Promo against promo, I think. But we'll do some sort of segment where Bray Wyatt takes a step back, shall we say, in quotes, from the business wrestling. And Triple H announces that next week there will be a number one contenders match to see who will face Kevin Owens. And that match is here. There are no spoilers here because you know about this match, you know about that match. And the qualifying matches you already know, they're not the greatest. I hope to get them all done next week. It is going... Well, I can't get them all done next week, can I now? Baron Corbin, Roderick Strong, Kurt Angle, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio. I think that's a good selection. We've got some surprise packages who could be in there. I can't show you my other upcoming cards because it shows you who I plan to win this match. But we have good storylines to go into that. So I think we're going to get a good 80% rating here. We're on 84. That's good for a Raw, especially when we're a long way from a pay-per-view. We'll head back to the main screen and see what that's done to the storylines and stuff. And we are back to the main screen, and we have a manager pass away, sadly. Jay Lethal has now changed his cruiserweight image. It's outdated and he's just a regular wrestler. That's actually quite good. The Battleground pay-per-view, or Battle Zone. Again, I've just created a few more shows for NXT guys to try and get over. I feel it works enough. Bradley Pierce changed his style. We have to have a look at this guy because that match he had with Roderick Strong was good. And anybody who has a good match with Roderick Strong, anybody fancy about this guy? Where did we get him from? He hasn't got that. Okay, well we'll worry about that at a later date. We have the same usual people moaning, basically the commentators. They are not going to get called up because I have enough. Otherwise, we'll check the storylines. Well, Brock Lesnar is angry anyway, so there is a chance. The Legend versus Legend, we have Bray, Finn, Seth. Yeah, like, who's the other guy? Bray, Seth, Finn. Big E's the other one, isn't it? So Big E can actually come out of this one for a while and come into this one. So that's the best one for him to be in. He can side with Triple H. I'm still keeping the Undertaker in there. Everybody's doing. Well, Seth isn't doing too well, and Bray Wyatt isn't. That's because of the title changes. This is still going really well. I've just got what I would consider the main contenders in there. If I want to push someone, I've got people like Roderick, Kofi, Justin, John Morrison, Jay Lethal. I could easily put in some sort of fixture with Brock Lesnar. Somehow this Intercontinental one is just amazing. I'm so happy with that one. That will always be quite weak. That's good because of the promo with Triple H. That's solid enough, it will do. And that's just going to be great. I'm trying not to have them fight each other. I feel like that would just define the balance. At the moment I've just got those two in there, because most of the others are in this future IC one. So I can just move people around if I choose anybody. And that's doing great, mainly because the match was good as well. So yeah, actually worked out quite well because Big Cass beat Matt Jackson, so Nick beat Enzo. So we could do Nick versus Big Cass next. In the creative section, we have the usual suspects on that list still. Roderick Strong number 2, which is great to see, with Kevin Owens and Apollo. Darren Young has no momentum. I don't know what's happened. We're just going to check Kevin Owens. Actually, we'll check Bray Wyatt. I'm pretty sure he's gone down. Popularity. Yeah, it's going down. It's not devastating. But I'm happy if it stays around there. His promo work should save him. Kevin the Owens. I think so, he looks like he's gone right up now. 2 title matches in a matter of weeks. And he's gone from, well, at the start of the game he was on a 50, and we've now got him up to 87. That big bounce came, I don't know who he beat there. I'm not sure what made him jump. Oh, he had those matches for Sami Zayn, I think, for the Intercontinental. Pretty sure he's a former Intercontinental champion. On him, well, talk about champions. Where's the WWE bit? Raw Intercontinental, yeah. So he was Intercontinental champion at that time. So that was probably the matches he had with Sami Zayn. That have helped move that bit up. And the other one I want to check is Roderick Strong, because he had the match with Kurt Angle. Even if he was to lose to someone big, I think that would up his popularity. So he's gone up 10 since Mania. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, everything's going pretty well on Raw now. If you look at the title, see if the prestige has changed on the heavyweight. No. Was it? Yeah, Sami Zayn was the guy that beat Kevin Owens. So yeah, and the prestige doesn't seem to be able to get above 71. There seems to be a cap on it. You can't have it as an upper mid-card title. You can only have it as a main event. Bit disappointing, but still. That is going to finish Monday Night Raw, and we'll be back next time with SmackDown. Thank you all for watching.